That's
That's it. That's the exact one that I just said. Oh, come on. You know what this is? You're standing around with a bunch of your EO buddies. You're like, oh, who's got the biggest? Oh, let's get the rulers out, boys. Come on, pants down. Oh, by the way, I've also been to Harry Potter World.
That is not it.
It is. If I typed in annoying business goals, all of these would be on there, mate.
This is so good.
Welcome back to another episode of the Ben Bergs podcast. I'm Ben, your favourite high school dropout and founder of Collective Shift. Alongside me is Bergs, your favourite MBA and COO of Collective Shift, Australia's leading crypto portfolio insights company providing professional analysis and portfolio strategies for crypto investors like you. We are a unique blend of the established and the self-made, and we're here to break down crypto, business and personal growth. But we're not here just to talk crap. We're giving you the insights you need to make better investments, build successful businesses, and level up your life. And today, we're talking about what is your bucket list? What are the things that you want to achieve before your life is over that is not work related? And I was listening to this on a podcast recently about the idea of having a list of your dreams. What are the things you want to do in life? What is that list? Put it down and work towards accomplishing it. So I was listening to it. I said, right, okay, let's create a bucket list. And I started writing things out of like what I wanted to do. And then I started asking friends, what is your bucket list? And some people have them, some people don't. And then to hear what their bucket list items are, then you're like, oh shit, I want to do that too. And you start to add to this list. And it's been really cool to have this list in my notes of like things I want to work towards. And one thing that Bergs and I, we've talking about on the pod is like, what is your rich life? Like, what are the things that, make you happy? And what are the things that, is success for you? And I think more recently, coming back from my business course up on the Gold Coast, one of the things that, it was basically a rich family came in, multi-generational property developers, 900 mil revenue a year business guy. The first generation father that started it, he's like 80, 85, came in and told the story about how he's built this business. And he said the priorities in life for him always, ever since he was, started the company when he was 15, he's now, 85, 90, is in order of priority, himself, his family, his friends, himself, his family, sport, business, in that order is his priorities. And always prioritize yourself first, because if you're not your best self, well then who are you for everyone else? And, I've heard that before, but to hear that from a guy that's so successful as him was really impactful. And I started rethinking about what my priorities are. And, definitely for me, it's always been business number one. And that's been probably to the detriment sometimes, either run myself in the ground, don't do anything else, get below the line, get shitty, get frustrated, and you actually your performance gets worse and worse. So thinking about how you can prioritize yourself more, this bucket list has been an interesting way to think about, well, what are the things that make me happy that I want to do outside of business that then fuels me up to come back and attack the business even harder. So building out this list, has made me think about, put things in perspective a lot more, but also equally my inner competitive nature has made me even more competitive to do more and more things. And I'm constantly thinking about new challenges that I want to achieve. And I've been listening to the David Goggins Can't Hurt Me book at the moment, and that's just firing me up. I mean, I don't think I could do anywhere near as what he does at Buds training, but being able to put your mind to something and go and achieve it is something that I love to do and love to challenge myself. And the first two things on my bucket list that a year ago I would have said would never have done was jump out of a plane and bungee jump. And I thought it was fitting to start my bucket list being able to cross two things off, in New Zealand a few weeks ago, and start to work down this list. So, yeah, the bucket list has been a cool thing. Bergs, interested to hear, have you created a bucket list yet?
Oh, look, I might have created one like a decade ago, ticked the majority of it off. And nowadays for me, it's more about the big reset. So, 18 months ago, I moved from working 16 years for the Fiona Wood Foundation and in government in health. Did a bit of contracting as well, but moved across to Collective Shift. And similar thing, threw myself into business again because I've got that, high performing kind of mentality. Business is always first, to the detriment of my health. Refocused on that, and now proved to myself that I can do something outside of government. I can make it I know I can get a job anywhere. I could create my own company anywhere. And now it's more about taking stock of that, resetting and trying to really understand what are my goals, what do I really want to achieve, what moves the needle for me each day to achieve those goals. And I've broken it down into health, wealth, and time. And now I'm actually on annual leave, so I'll take 2 weeks off and figure out what goes into health, wealth, and time. Because over the last few years, I've listened to and read a lot of philosophy, a lot of stuff from Naval Ravikant as well. And I've been living my day-to-day. It's pretty much my best life. Like the thing that I would kind of change is I would probably work less and be less stressed about work and focus more on my health. I'm very good with time management and where I spend my time. And every day I'm happy, I'm getting happier, but there are definitely optimizations to be made. And I think being away from the big stressor that is work will really give me that time to figure that out and fill those health, wealth, and time buckets.
Yeah, I like that. Different phase of life. And if you said that you had one 10 years ago and you probably ticked a lot of it off, well, that's amazing. And you've been able to, go on and achieve those things that you wanted to do. I guess I'm at the start of that journey of like, oh, fuck, what do I want to do outside of work and business? So the things I've written down on my bucket list, with the first two, jump out of a plane and bungee jump. Then heading down the list. So Tomorrowland. So going to the music festival, Tomorrowland.
Okay. Whenever you go, I'll go with you. That's something I want.
Like, it's funny. I put this up on my Instagram story and I had so many messages coming out. I'm going there too. Let me know when you go.
Oh, mate. Okay, so this is the thing, right? Where it's like you do your own bucket list. And for me, it's about how I live my life, like day to day, not doing these major things. But if you're going, mate, lad, I'll go with you. It looks so sick. One of my mates has been, he doesn't stop talking about it.
Yeah, it looks epic. To that tune, Burning Man is another one that I want to go to, which is another music festival, middle of nowhere, middle of the desert. Looks insane.
Nah, not interested. It's all like weird tech bros. Jason Calcanis goes, for God's sake. I'm sure J. Cal.
Yeah. I saw a tweet the other day, sitting on a chair, basically had his big fellas hanging out on this stool, presenting to an audience.
Give him the real David Sachs. It was terrible. Like, come on, guys. Like, you're each worth like, $500 million plus. At least get an inch longer shorts and cover up the goods. No one wants to see that. It was so bad. And I was thinking about, like, do I post this? Do I actually say something? I'm like, fuck it. These guys are doing this. It's like they're putting it in my face. They're going to cop it.
Put some shorts on. African safari. Just want to go to Africa, and I think that doing African safari would be wicked.
Yep.
Go to Disneyland. Any of them. Never been to Disneyland.
So Disneyland's actually, it's already in my goals. We're doing that. I want to take the little one. I've been to Disneyland before, been to Disney Sea. That was incredible in Disney. And Universal and all the theme parks over there. Absolutely amazing. But take the little one to Disneyland. That's just happening.
Yeah. Amazing. It looks wicked. Looks unbelievable. Want to go to Hogwarts? I'm a big Harry Potter fan. So they've got...
Dude, I've been.
Have you been?
So I went to the one at Universal Studios in Japan. Oh my God. Do you want to hear about it?
Yeah.
Oh, bro. Okay. So you go in, right? And it's like you got the main theme park and then you walk on this kind of weird walkway. And all of a sudden, there's this huge like pine trees. And you probably walk for about 200 meters through these trees. And they're playing like sounds like owls and everything through there. So it's like you're leaving the main theme park, going to this huge area. And it's this big walled area. I've got to show you the photos. It's incredible. So you go through, there's like a car crash and bits from the movie, and you go to this massive castle on this gate and it opens and it's Hogwarts, right? And inside, they've literally got carts that are serving like butter beer and you go in and they've got all the shops where you can buy stuff. They've got all the different rides. There's a huge like castle thing you can walk around the most. It's like literally like being at Harry Potter, like, area. It was incredible. It's and they've got all the teachers and stuff walking around. You can have photos with them. All the different characters are there. It's a completely different area to the park. It looks different. It feels different. It smells different. The missus loves Harry Potter. I've watched a couple of movies. I don't know too much about it. I loved it. She's going to lose her damn mind. It is incredible. You have to go.
So it's in Japan?
Yeah, in Japan. Right. Universal in Osaka.
Amazing. Update that.
Shit, if you go, when you go to Japan, I'll go with you.
Just keep going on.
Any excuse, I'll always go to Japan. Any of my mates, I'll go to Japan. I'm like, yes, before they finish the sentence.
Next one is AFL Grand Final. So time of recording, it's coming up this weekend, and I've just secured tickets last night. It's been on my bucket list, and the Lions are playing, and I'm pumped up. I'm a big Lions supporter. We got up on the weekend. Basically, was down and out last night. Was like, I'm not going to get a ticket. Thought I was a member. Been the member for the last 5 years. The year I need my membership, turns out, didn't renew, didn't work, not happening. Right.
Amazing.
It's just so standard.
Classic band. 88 tax. So good.
Oh, yep. Standard. I want to go to see every continent. Super keen to see Europe. Never been. South America, super keen. Africa, all that sort of stuff. Want to run a marathon, and I've locked in Bergs. October 2024. Melbourne Marathon. Now, for context, the furthest I've ever ran is from here to the fridge or to the toilet and back. I go to the gym, but I cannot run, and I have to do this. I have to run a marathon.
Okay, I feel like everyone's goal is to do a triathlon or write a book or run a marathon. How do people come to these goals, and why have you selected this goal?
Well, for starters, it's something that right now, impossible. Couldn't run 40Ks or 42Ks or however long in a marathon. It's like it's a big effort. It's a goal that will tie into my health goals as well. So it's actually like a benefit. It's not just like some random goal that's not going to actually benefit me. Like, it's going to be a year-long progress to become fitter. And it's just one of those things that it's like, yeah, I've run a marathon. Do you run a marathon? No, you haven't. No, I've run a marathon.
You would be like that. So this is like so one on my bucket list is to dunk a basketball ring, right? And I need to get serious about it. And that's why I'm actually building in steps every single day so I can execute on that plan.
Yeah. It's just all about progress towards something, right?
Yeah.
And something super challenging. If it was easy, it wouldn't be fun.
Fair.
And so it feels like a marathon is a mental game as well. Like, it's long, it's hours, it's difficult, it's hot, like it's shit. Your knees are swelling up, like you got blisters on your feet. It's just shit.
I reckon you're seeing everyone that's going into the Melbourne Marathon, like Greg and all those lads. You're listening to David Goggins and all his ultra marathons. You're like, yeah, that's for me. That's what I'm going to do.
It's 100% what's going on. I was Googling Bud's training there before. I was like,
oh, mate. Oh, didn't Goggins do Bud's training twice? Like, he went through it again? Like,
yeah, just because he loved it. Like,
what a unit.
He's out of control. Silent disco. I've never done silent.
Oh, been to one of those. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. They're fun, man. They're really fun. Yeah, this was at a music festival. So I'm pretty sure it was like Creamfields or Parklife, whatever they called it back then. And they have all the different tents. And then they got the headphones, you go in there, and it's wild because there's 2 different channels or 3. And like people are dancing at different speeds because there's different stuff on.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So they're a lot of fun, man. They're cool. I think you just take your headphones off and talk to people because it's silent.
Yeah, I like that. Northern Lights. Want to go see the Northern Lights?
Yeah.
Want to go to Antarctica? Want to do an Antarctic trip one day, but it's like 20 or 30,000 bucks. Apparently, you got to go down there.
Yeah,
I didn't realize polar bears are the only mammal in the world that hunts humans.
Oh, okay. So here's the thing for you. I was like, humans are apex predators. Apparently, we're not. Because an apex predator is the top of the food chain. It has no natural predators. Yeah, so we have natural predators. Like lion will fucking kill us. Oh, yeah, it'll come after you.
Polar bears will literally hunt you down and just destroy you.
Yeah, well, what else is a polar bear going to get on the ice? Couple of seals, mate? I'd hunt a person. Bit of flavour, bit of taste.
I'd eat you if I was a polar bear.
Oh, mate, I'd be tasty as. It's marinated in booze. Why? So why Antarctica? I have no
tasting BB.
I have no desire to go to Antarctica. Why Antarctica?
Why not? Like, that'd be so cool. Like, imagine how different it'd be. You just complete ice, snow, middle of nowhere, getting hunted by polar bears. Like, you got to like survive. You got to sleep in igloos. Have I sold it?
Mate, you're picturing some wild bloody, like an episode of Alone where you do this dumpy there and you have to survive.
Right.
Mate, it's minus 20. You could go somewhere like cold, go to bloody Iceland or something. Or
Boring. So have you been to Antarctica? Yeah, I have. Have you been? No. That's cool.
all of these goals are coming from arrogance, Ben. Have you run a marathon? Oh, you haven't. Have you got a silent disco? Oh, you haven't. You been to Harry Potter World? Oh, I'm so sorry. I've been to Tomorrowland as well. Oh, and I've been to Antarctica and I sniff my own farts and drink almond lattes.
No. No. Tomorrowland and Hogwarts, that's not an ego thing. That's just cool. But like, to do something difficult, that's like competitive to me. It's like I haven't done that yet. So if you came up to me and said, "Oh, Ben, have you been to Antarctica?" and you've been, I'll be like, "If I can ride it on Antarctica."
Okay.
Like, that's a competitive thing.
If I had to write this is slowly becoming a list of I'm an asshole and I'm in business and I'm better than you.
That is not what I'm saying at all.
I bet one is like climb the Himalayas or something's on there. Is that on there?
Not climbing the Himalayas, but it's Everest base now. And
honestly, your goals so far are pretty good. Keep them going, mate. What else you got on your list?
I've got Everest Base Camp.
That's the fucking thing. That's it. That's the exact one that I just said. Oh, come on. Jesus Christ. You know what this is? You're standing around with a bunch of your EO buddies. You're like, oh, who's got the biggest dick? Oh, let's get the rulers out, boys. Come on. Pants down. Oh, by the way, I've also been to Harry Potter World.
That is not it. It's like
It is.
it's a hard thing. It's a challenging thing. Can you do it? I've got to show myself I can do it. Like bungee jumping or skydiving.
If I typed in annoying business wanker goals, all of these would be on there, mate. Oh, my, really the highest got in there. Yeah, I'll go to Everest. This is so good. This is so good. All right. Let's get back on track, mate. What else have you got?
And the last one was Kokoda track. Do the Kokoda track.
All right, that's decent. One of my buddies is going, I think, early next year, yeah. So I'll let you know how he does.
It just sounds like a challenging thing that would be very fun to achieve and very rewarding and fulfilling.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I dig it. What about, you do a lot of traveling and like living abroad as well. Are there any places you'd like to live for a few months that you've thought about to put on your list?
No, I just want to see every continent, honestly. I don't think there's anywhere that I like really, really want to go more than anywhere else. I just want to do as much as I can.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I could ever not see myself living in Melbourne. Like I saw the other day, I'm a part of Australians in New York Facebook group, and like people try to coordinate like where they're watching the grand final day. And I just remember being in Dubai last year on the grand final day, absolutely just hating life.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful to Dubai, but also like I fucking love Australia and I love everything about the sport and the culture and everything. And to be away during those amazing events, just awful. Couldn't imagine it.
So you've helped me with my bucket list as well. I've thought of a few. There is a bit of travel in there, but like kind of like slow matting, where I'm kind of semi-retired or only working part-time and remote. And then, but like can't quite do it now. Daughter will have to be a bit older, but just travel around, like travel to different areas, go around South America, go through Europe, and just slowly go through village to village, move on whenever you want to. And another one is travel up the coast of WA across the Northern Territory in Queensland, just a driving trip, take a caravan with me and just go for it. That's something I could do when I'm older. I'll still be capable of doing that. But I think like traversing and going through like crazy Southeast Asia and everything else and the things that I want to do, that'll be like relatively soon within like the next couple of years.
Yeah, that's the most fun, I think. Being able to work remote, navigating through those places, staying a couple of weeks, moving to the next place, like just so much fun. You just learn so much, so stimulating. New cultures, new people, new food.
Absolutely. So just the food is a big thing for me, like where I actually travel. That's why I like going to Japan. One thing that I've just realized about myself is that like when I set goals, it's not like if I want to go do something, I'll see that as being selfish and it's a bit of a weird framing. But the second like someone else says, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm like, oh, great. Like it's like either I'll tag along or I'm excited about it now or it gives me permission to do it. Really, really interesting framing. So the next couple of weeks, I'm going to unpick that and be like, why do you think like this? put down some awesome goals and start working towards them. Otherwise, your life's just going to pass you by.
Yeah, come back to with your bucket list.
I will.
I
will.
Next couple of
It'll
weeks.
be Antarctica, Everest, marathon,
It's all
triathlon.
ego, mate. It's all ego. You should do your business buddies. Big dick swing contest.
Mate, you're 24, soon to be 25. I'll leave you alone. My ego was huge then too. It's still pretty big. I won't lie.
Still a wanker. That's all right.
Mate. Oh. Now, before we move on to meme and meal of the week, you've got some travel coming up, mate. You're heading back.
Heading back to so the last hurrah. Well, for a little while. Going back to Bali. So I'm moving in to a place in Pran with a good mate of mine, which I'm excited about. It was supposed to be done in October, not going to be done until November. So I decided to ship off back to Bali for a few weeks. So going back there, going to be working from there for next month. So I'll be reporting live Ben Bergs from Bali, and then coming back in November prior to the Oz CryptoCon and moving in. It'll be my first place of residence in a year and a half, man, and I'm fucking pumped.
Mate, you've been homeless for a year and a half. You're actually going to have somewhere to be.
The same bed for longer than a week. Like,
You tell me how much you hate it, like the traveling. Like the traveling's cool, but being in a new house, having a different bed, different sounds, not understanding how your washing machine works or whatever you need to do, and just how much the sleep stuffs you. Like you've been there 3 nights, the 4th night, you just got used to it, and it's time to move on to another place.
again. Yeah, and to confirm, like I love traveling and I love, doing the nomad, life, but being a nomad in Melbourne is like really difficult. It's like you're in your home state, but you're not in your home. That's the hardest bit, I think, which is funny because like you're in your home state, you should be comfortable with this, but it's like, it's frustrating coming home to Melbourne. Like you've been away for a month or two. You're so keen to come home, but there's no home to go to. Like that's the hardest bit. Then you go to a new Airbnb, you're like, oh my God, what now? Like what's going to be wrong with this place? But when you're traveling, it's like, yeah, whatever it's awesome. You're traveling, that's what you do. Constantly moving, constantly doing new things. But to come back to Melbourne, to have my own place again is going to be epic.
Absolutely. And for those wondering, Ben spends, at least half his time out of the country. And it was more cost effective for you to get Airbnbs in Melbourne than it was to rent your own place and have your own space.
Yeah, to rent and travel, it's quite expensive, especially when, the travel that I've done the last sort of 18 months with what I'm needing to do just didn't make any sense. So, yeah, now a lot of that travel's over. It's going to be nice to come back to having a place in Melbourne and using that as a base and going when I need to.
Awesome, mate. Mate, I really like those goals, and I'm going to hold you to account. And you should time bound them as well, some of them, to go towards them. Your marathon's time bound. I've got no desire to run a marathon. I do have a desire to dunk a basketball ring, though. That is going to happen. I'm not going to die without that happening.
And you've also agreed to me last week that there's a guy you're calling while you've got some time off.
Oh, yeah, easily. Yeah, that's happening.
Make sure that happens.
Yeah. You keep me accountable.
Berg's getting a new PT, same one I've got. And how do we count? Well, he's got some time off. He's going to be calling him. So it's already out. Maybe get the call soon.
All right, mate. Now, let's move on. Let's go to meme of the week. All right, here we go. Easy meme. Love this. Being funny at work is a delicate balance of being just funny enough to entertain your coworkers, but not so funny that you get sent to HR.
This is literally new, mate. Like, this is...
Every day, mate, I live this. I just live on that edge.
You live on the edge with this, mate. Like, there's been a few times where I'm like, oh, wow, that's maybe HR worthy.
Some of the memes back in the day, yeah, definitely. But honestly, every time before I press that send button, this just plays through my head where I'm like, ooh, am I getting fired? Am I going to offend someone? Is this going to happen? I'll offend them, but it'll be okay. And it'll be more funny than offensive. And then even sometimes where I'm like, fuck it. I don't need a job. Send.
just to get that meme out.
Oh, mate, I'm about that life. All right. Meme 2. What the predator sees after chasing me for 10 seconds. And what it is, it's like that predator vision, but this guy's bent over, his hip, knee, and ankle's inflamed, his entire shoulder and rotator cuffs inflamed. So it looks like predator vision, but it's like the Nurofen ad. It's so good. For the older people with injuries or had a sports career, you will understand. Like moving for a few seconds, you're just in epic pain. Ben, you understand after we hit those golf balls with your old man bod. I was sore for like 4 days, mate. All right, and final meme of the week. There's a lady driving in the car. She looks very tired, bags under her eyes. And she says, me on my way to stand up, knowing that I'm the blocker.
This just hits me in the feels. It's like,
Oh, that's it.
you just know you're the one that's holding everything up.
Oh, so good. So for those people that don't do stand-ups at work, it's basically a 5-minute thing. Your small team of maybe 6 people stand up and you go through what you worked on yesterday, what you're working on today, and any blockers. And Ben, you're always the blocker, mate. Like, yeah, nah, it's my fault. You don't even know what we're talking about. It's my fault. You just put your hand up.
I just know I'm a blocker. I just put my hand up.
Yeah. Oh, so good. There we go. 3 memes of the week. Look at her face. That is just perfect.
Yeah.
That is amazing. All right, let's move on to meal of the week. I've got mine here. Boom. Chicken wings, baby. This was so good. Well, we got the barbie here, dear listener, on the Weber kettle. We've got 2 kilos of wings. So if anyone wants to make this, super simple. Go down to Aldi, grab a bag of wings. They got 2 kilos of wings. It's like $8. And it'll come in 3 parts. Grab a knife, big knife, just chop them into like drumettes, throw away the wing tips. And look, this is the easiest setup. You got a little thing in the middle. It's called a kettle cone. Fill it with charcoal. Get your salt, pepper, garlic rub. Chuck it on the barbie. Put them around the outside edge and just put a bit of smoking wood in the middle. And here we go. Here's like zoomed in, mate. Looks pretty good. And here are all the wings afterwards. And this only takes about less than half an hour and maybe 4 minutes of prep. So easy. What I don't have here is I also did a buffalo sauce, which is just equal parts butter and Frank's hot sauce. And this was incredible. You've got these really delicious, juicy bite through. They're crispy on the outside, but just so juicy in the middle. And they're smoked with pecan wood. And you've got like a salt, pepper, garlic, cayenne pepper rub. Oh my God. These just went. It was 2 kilos of wings, and between 3 of us, so 2 adults, 1 kid, this was gone in like 5 minutes. This is the barbecue snack. Super easy to make. Costs you $8. Will feed a group of people. Get amongst it. Get a Weber. Get some charcoal. And live your best life.
Okay, big mate. What a snack.
This with the buffalo sauce.
Yeah.
10 out of 10, mate. I don't even know how I could make this better. Unless I bought super fancy chicken that was like $30 a kilo for wings, which I'm not going to do.
Yeah.
Mate, this is my go-to snack. All right, Ben, you have a meal of the week here. This looks really, really good.
So a mate of mine has been attempting to get me to his favourite chicken shop in Melbourne for probably 2 years. We've attempted a number of times before and ran into a number of blockers.
Who are the blockers, Ben? Was it you?
Oh, there's a lot of different blockers. Alcohol's been one. Close, wrong day, travel times changing, so many different things. And we finally made it. So we played golf in the morning, went out for 9 holes. I whooped everyone, which was great. Went back to his, had a few beers, and then rolled around to his chicken shop. Now, this is a really interesting place. It's like a wine bar that does some different food. And this chicken burger comes out and it's cooking right in front of us and it's just looking unbelievable. It's got some interesting stuff in there. So, first of all, like sort of that katsu chicken crumb, like it's like light. It's deep fried, but it's light. It's not like real heavy oily. Then they've got this like paste. I'm not even sure what it is. It's some sort of green paste that they put below the chicken, which was just like phenomenal, just a great flavor. And then they've got this like slaw with I think it's zucchini, I think maybe. I don't know what it is. Anyway, slaw and some sort of greens below it with this like epic brioche light, like a light brioche bun. Comes over with a, skewy and cuts it open in front of us and, mate, just absolutely annihilated this. unbelievable chicken burger. I love those ones that are light, fluffy, not too dense, doesn't make you feel sick afterwards, but fills you up. Yeah, man, this was top shelf. This is sort of 9.5 territory chicken burger. I'll have to take you, mate, when you come to Melbourne, because it's
Mate,
one
so I'll be over there early November. You stooged me before the chicken shop. We've literally walked past the best chicken shop. Let's just go to the pub, mate. Chicken shop's like 5 shops away. 30
Totally
seconds.
good about it. After the pub, we walked past the chicken shop. I'm like, oh, that's my favourite chicken shop. Wouldn't take it.
If I had more energy, this is at the end of a heavy week, I would have punched you in the face. Going all the way to Melbourne, doing the crap that we did,
Oh, God.
and then you just absolutely stooging me, and me having like some random like sausages at the pub that stank like bloody ash. Jesus Christ! I was too tired to care.
This was the Prince. Listeners are no secure. We went down to the Prince for lunch. It wasn't bad. Better breakfast than lunch. Had an average lunch and then walked past the chicken burger shop and said, oh, there's my favourite chicken burger shop. I forgot to take you.
Everyone in that pub was just so sad and depressed, including us. And I thought, all right, Ben must live a very different life to what he does on bloody YouTube.
I like my sad pubs, mate.
I like a dank pub. I like an Irish pub that's like very dimly lit, lots of wood, and the carpet just stinks of old beer. Love it. Love it. And the bar's all sticky from beers. Love it. Give me that any day in a big screen TV or a projector. Beautiful. That's my happy life, mate. That's my rich life.
Just give the filthy carpet and you'll be happy.
Oh, phenomenal, mate. I am going to work on those goals over the next couple of weeks. I will bring it back to you guys. And dear listeners, we will go through those and see how many Antarcticas and Everests I have in there.
See how big his ego really is.
Well, this is the thing. Would you still do those things if you couldn't tell anyone about them?
100%.
Good.
Like the bungee jumping and the skydiving was unbelievable, and I feel so much better afterward because I feel as I can just do anything.
I still can't believe that you did that. I'm incredibly proud that you did. And because that's like, if that is your fear, that is really tackling that head on. That is insane exposure therapy, mate.
that honestly, like, exposure to anxiety therapy, like, is genuinely what I feel as though that was. And then post that, I feel as though I can feel the effects of it. Like, I did a public speaking thing the other week when, in Perth, and I would usually be so nervous and anxious about speaking. And yes, I had some anxiety, but I was like pretty chill about it.
Yeah. You did really well in that talk because we were really well received. That was a difficult talk as well, man.
Yeah, that was good. We probably should talk about that one day, but anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I think it's honestly, exposure therapy and just doing the hard thing.
Getting after it. Love it. Love it. Don't avoid the hard things, listeners.
100%. Lock it in. Let's wrap things up. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Hopefully you found some value in that bucket list. What is your bucket list? Have you got a bucket list? Love for you to share maybe some of the stuff that you've got on your bucket list. You can tweet at us at babybackberg and at Ben Simpson AU on Twitter. And as always, if you have any friends and family that you think would enjoy the podcast and would like to listen, we'd love for you to share it with them. It's how we grow the pod each and every week. Bergs, thank you very much. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, Ben. Oh, and you can also interact with us on Spotify. We saw that the other day, and we can publish those. So give that a crack, and we'll publish those little interactions. Thanks so much, listeners. Catch you next week.